Watch the entire video, my lovely viewers, from start to finish, to get the whole thing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it. Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the red subscribe button down below and turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
So if imbira ya mushtaba yafukira ulionzole fo kushitako ule fo kushita ukona ulo lupapulo lwa Zambia eshibo kutila kyakaba mu kifungo. Number 1 alebo mpya bakapokola ukulatinya na bapatiri ukulatinya na ma clergymen bali kibandoko ali tuma bakapokoloko ukwisale chechi ya Katolika kwisa tavatala chitikapo mu history ya chalo tavatala chitikapo mu history ya chalo chinwe cha Zambia oko twaisa mkumono kutira tumulandu wambo okula mfuka na president BC imbira ya mushita bayasukira umuntu bali mupingulo kutira tuyu ali iringo kwimina mu 2021 mulandu wabuka itemwe afwaye na chifire muwami na yeka lyonse nombare fo kutani ngo kupiribula kudyo mulandu owe koti limoli lya pingwire imbira ya mushitaba yasukira ala apa nomba basatanga balifwa bafuire mu 2015 temu yabo yalingiro kutupwa mu 2016 paisa ECL aisa piana popalia yaisa yalifa ni 1 year and some months. So ni graduate mukapera banani mukapera basata nango mukapera ECL imbira ya mushitaba yasukira apa wakati atapa uli bizo repitana uli huku wapitana uli huku ngachakutati papa chipaya pateni tukesesa ngo kutira ati uyu ECL tali ngiro kwiminira mu 2021 nendala mama salaries iwe tata ufola yali amasalaries yonso wale fora nendelama wale onao na matrips ukuya kufiaro na kumbi kwa shara chilendelama tata ufira washibwesha but nishtwara kwa tama elections mu March uyu mwaka ole iso tuwa 2025 imbira mushitaba yafukira ngatautira ti watata wali chita point ama ministers bale fora bale kwata na mara wansenzi watata ayo imbira ya mushitaba yafukira ichibo kutira ti abama ministers yali amasalaries bale fora amafuta tubale no nemyoto gashintu bale bunvya kirenda ama bakwire babwesha nganifyo taifyo ni kuchifungu nga wali kita point ama judges muri kino cyalo cyetu cya Zambia kulingana urupapulo rwesu ono twayipangira fwebe na Zambia bali ama judges na bena nishibayi rigo nanga bale fola ama allowances ama salaries ishwa kutati bafire babwesha ba kansela bonse ngachali chakutira twali ba kansela abasalirwe na bena allowances yonse ama sitting allowances ama transport allowances fifire fyabwela imbira ya mushitaba yasukira ngachakutira ama MPs yonse ama appointment boy batata mwapanga ishibe nyukutira ti bafire babwesha uri rupya kairinishi uri muntu isi ya hoteli eligible ukwimanira mu 2021 shiroko tule ngadifyo tata ukakakwa indela amashonse shacharo mfefe mubweshi amasalaries yenu yonse yafire yabwera but uyu ECL ngali eligible kwiminira mu 2021 efe koti ya rapingo nishirishuko lya no batata nishimule lya no bwapo nishimule lya no rwapo kwambira kuma councillors ama MPs ama shani ama ministers nishimule totana na leso kusetilesa kumurwe kwabo but ikoti ngalirande fe kutira tirifi tali eligible 2021 nipano tuli ndala mashachano mulebwesha notuma trips tonso tomuwaenda okuya kukyalo okuya kwisa ukubwa kyendera amashesu kya kyalo mulebwesha napita mwacha chikutule ekyo
Kawamba, oh yeah. Alola. So good morning. Time check is about 6. The eligibility case is coming up on the 10th of whether ECO was eligible in 2021, and with the twist of saying, is he eligible? He should not be eligible for further elections. So the whole point of this case is just to make sure that ECO never ever has an opportunity to participate in any presidential election, and that's very unfair, very unconstitutional. Of course, we know the UPND is not concerned with upholding the constitution. They constantly will not follow the constitution. I've heard Queen Cobra, the chair, she said things like, no, they want to suspend the constitution and declare a state of emergency. That's why they want to have a constitutional crisis, something like that. I don't know. I don't know about those thoughts. My thoughts are that I am definitely sure that the reason for televising the eligibility judgment countrywide is because there is a twist about to happen. You see, the UPND are always just playing a game. You see, it's, you know, they basically played Zambians to win this election, the past elections in 2021. There was a lot of propaganda. There was a lot of mudslinging, and there was just a lot of playing to the jealousy aspect of Zambians to hate others. You know, there's a lot of jealousy aspect that even I think even the Patriotic Front cadres themselves actually believe a lot of the propaganda that the UPND shared. I'll tell you that. Yeah, because you know, like the propaganda was very effective. And since there was no one to debunk most of it in the PF, people just believed it. And that's why today we try to come and debunk as much as possible what the UPND say, because we understand that that's how they won the last election, by spreading lies. Because when a human being hears something over and over again, they will believe it. Okay, that's why they tell us to go to church every Sunday and read the Bible every Sunday, because the more we read it, the more we internalize it, the more we believe every single thing that will be in the Bible. Same thing. If anyone wants to indoctrinate you about anything, they'll have to say it over and over again, and you'll believe it. So basically, they say if someone tells you the sky is green every day, at some point your brain will just see green. So we are easily manipulated as human beings, or consistently, if we are consistently informed of something, we are manipulated. And the UPND played at that. They manipulated you Zambians to the greatest extent. Sometimes I said they hypnotized you, because praise singers, you cannot reason with them. You can't reason with a praise singer. It's impossible. But it's okay. Now, we are talking about the eligibility judgment coming up, and I'm saying there's a twist coming. We have to watch out for a twist. There's a twist. There are so many potential things that are going to be said there, or surprise judgments that are going to be said there. However, I want to say something to President Edgar Lungu and us who love him. And that is to say that my intuition maintains that God is in control. And no matter what the UPND are going to do, this year will be on the ballot come 2026 or earlier. There is a twist they have. Yes, the UPND, if you look at it strategically, they have actually set everything in plan and on course that they should be able to effectively block ECL from standing on the next session or anyone further, because we only have 3 judges there. And we all know these 3 judges did not rule in the favor of ECL in the last constitutional judgment. These are the ones who had ruled against ECL. And they're the only ones remaining as on the bench of the constitutional court, because those who ruled in favor of ECL have been systematically removed and eliminated. You only have those who ruled in favor and the ones who have been appointed by the current president HH. So you can't expect judgment. You cannot expect justice to be served, because number one, if justice was going to be served, that eligibility case should not even be heard of, because the Constitutional Court does not rehear its own cases. It's like it is reducing itself to say we made a mistake and now we want to do this correct thing, meaning it is a court that will no longer be respected because it is prone to mistakes. And who will not say in future, say, no, even this one they're going to make is another mistake. And so it should be changed again. So the court becomes a banana court. The court loses its credibility. But I don't know. Personally, I know the UPND are willing to do that. They're willing to completely undress the Constitutional Court of its credibility, of its dignity. They're willing to strip it as long as it gets what they need. Because that's the kind of people I have seen them to be. Now, you can't judge me for that. You can't say I'm committing a crime. No, I'm allowed to have a position. And I can tell you, from these things that I'm looking at, the fact that the UPND can decide that it's okay for the Constitutional Court to rehear a case it has heard, is it 4 times or 5 times, to rehear it, and then to potentially recount its steps on its own judgment and therefore undress itself and lose its dignity and lose its credibility. It means they are not good people, because our courts must remain or must maintain the dignity and the credibility. We must have that. You see, there's a lot of lawlessness happening in this country where people are no longer respecting authority. Police officers and people in uniform are just being beaten up anyhow by citizens because the UPND has systematically created. You see, people don't always do what you say. They do what they're seeing. So if they see the UPND government mismanaging the police, allowing the police to do what is not right, allowing the police to act like cadres, and you are reducing the police service. Now that's how people start now fighting the police, because they say, now why should we respect them? But we need to respect the police because they must help us to keep law and order. See, there are always going to be more citizens than the police. And the respect for the uniform is what keeps the few police officers, that gives the few police officers the power to control the majority. The credibility of the courts and the dignity of the courts is what maintains, law and order in the country. Because when people respect the courts and they trust the courts and they believe in the courts, people will not take the law in their hands because they will trust the courts. But what you're doing is systematically causing within people a need not to trust the courts. And when people don't trust the courts, they start taking the law in their hands. And you create a banana republic. I don't know. It's like you don't care. Whether we become a lawless nation, we become a banana nation, we become a violence-filled nation where everyone is fighting. It's like you don't care as long as you are a president or you're holding power and you're ruling. Is that your aspiration, that to be president, you don't care what happens next? You don't care about law and order because the callousness with which you, the UPND, are doing things. The way you think you can just trump over the PF and do anything to the PF, and you think the PF can't get to a point where they want to retaliate? I mean, how do you reason? Are you sure a human being can allow you to keep on pushing them, they don't push back? So when I see that you, the UPND government, have been pushing the PF, pushing the opposition, pushing them, it shows me that you're horrible people who are willing to see the PF finally retaliate in this country goes ablaze, and you're okay with that. Because we have practiced restraint as the Patriotic Front. You have tried to push us in the corner. You have used our own policemen and women in uniform to behave like UPND cadres and come and fight us as a Patriotic Front. But we have maintained respect for the police. You have stood on our human rights and blocked our human rights, said don't come to the courts, and we have respected the police. But you keep pushing. We, as a large number of citizens, look, ECL had 1.8 million voters, and obviously there are a lot more now who have come back. We want ECL back, but you were willing to see if you to block someone that we want. And what are you trying to say? You think we're just these docile people who can never feel like we need to fight back? But God is going to defend us. Your evil intentions to see violence in this country will not work. God is doing something. God is working out something. I don't know. I'm not talking about the God we pray in the churches, but the creator of heavens and earth. The God of Zambia who loves all of us as a people. He's going to defend us. you will not succeed to block Isiel. He will still be on that ballot and he will be president, the 8th Republican president. That is, mark my words, that's my intuition and I stand on it.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.